Hey y'all, this is your girl Jackie with the Q. So remember I told y'all I had a story to tell about Diddy's mama, right? About 30 years ago, close to 30, right? I don't know if it was 95, 96. It was about 95 or 96, right? I'm going to say it might have been 96. I'm not sure. I think it was 95, right? 95, I went to the federal camp in Alderson, West Virginia, right? I had to do 4 months. Not a long time, but I had to do 4 months in Alderson, West Virginia, right? And at this particular time, it was Tom Arnold's sister was there. They say Redman's sister was there. I'm not. She looked like him. I don't know if that was Doc. I didn't talk to her, right? But this was like 95, maybe top. It was top of 96, y'all. It was, because I got it in April. I went in January, I got it in April. I got convicted in 95. Okay, yeah, it was in the top of 96. I was there from January to April. I got out in April, right? And so, people talk, right? I never had visitors because I didn't want nobody to come see me because I was only going to be there for 4 months, and I didn't need nobody. I'll see y'all when I get out, right? Well, there was people, everybody talking, and said that Diddy's mama was there. Now, this is before I actually knew what Janice Cruz looked like. This is in the 90s. I ain't really paid no attention. I don't know I didn't know what she looked like, right? And so the lady, I knew the lady, right? She was involved with the church. She was an older lady, and she was involved with the church. Diddy looked exactly like this woman. Skin tone, the mouth, the nose. He looks exactly like this woman. So when people told me that was Diddy's mama, I said, well, how y'all know? You know how they knew? Because him and his entourage would come to the visiting center. I never, like I said, had visits because I told my sister, don't bring my kids there. I ain't gonna be here that long, and I'll be home soon, right? So I never went. I don't know what it's set up like because I never went to the visiting center, right? But the ladies that were there told me that was his mama. Now then, I've been seeing, and I told this story, and I didn't know that my kids said, Ma, you told us that back then. I forgot about it. Now, I've seen in comments, I've seen in other articles that they say Janice is not his mother. I've seen some articles that say Janice is his auntie. I don't know who Janice is. It could be his mother. I'm telling y'all what I saw and what the people told me. Diddy would come to the visiting area, right? They say that is not, Janice is not his mama. I'm telling y'all, the lady that I saw when I was in Alderson, West Virginia at a federal camp, he looked like this lady spit him out. He looked exactly like this woman, right? Is that the reason why Janice overcompensated and spoiled him? Is that the reason why she beat him? Is that the reason why he disrespected and slapped her? Is something going on there? And then where is the sister, Keisha Combs? You don't never talk. They don't never show her. She don't want to be bothered, right? I guess I don't know, but I'm telling y'all, the people told me. This ain't nothing I'm making up. This is what was told to me, and I saw this lady every day for 120 days. I went to church. She was involved with the church, right? I saw this lady every day. I never asked her because I was young at the time. Had it been now, I would be like, girl, this Puffy your son. I would have asked her, but I was young, and I didn't know how to go about doing that, right? Because again, this is 30 years ago. This is 30 years ago. So anybody that was in Alderson when I was there, I'm gonna tell you who else was there. I'm gonna tell you who else was there when I was there. What's that boy name from DC? He just passed. His mom and all his sisters was there. I don't know why I can't remember his name. I'll tell y'all who else was there. This was the time that I was there. Rayful Edmond. Rayful Edmond's mama was there, and his sisters. And his sisters, he had 3 of them. One of them was like a dude, and the other 2, and his mama, right? They were there at the time. When I left, they were still there, right? This was 96, the top of 96. So, like I said, I don't know. I didn't see no birth certificate. All I know is they told me that was his mama. I said, how y'all know? They said because he come to the visiting area and the woman looked like him. I was never in the visiting area, but he looked just like the woman. Just like the woman. I could see her face clear as day. He looked just a woman. Now, you don't have to look like your mama. He don't look like Janice. He don't look like that man they say to daddy. That don't mean that ain't. That don't mean that. I'm just telling y'all what the people told me. I was in Alderson, West Virginia in 1996, right? And they said that was his mama. And I said, how you know? They said, because they say her in the visiting, he come to the visiting. Now, anybody that was there, write down in the comments and let me know. Because this is a long time ago. You know, it's a long time ago. And I didn't keep in touch with the ladies that was there. I had one friend. Her name was Vanessa. I had a lot of friends, but this my main cat was a girl named Vanessa. She was out of Richmond, Virginia. Vanessa, if you see this girl, get at me. Because, you know, they tell you in the feds that you cannot correspond with folks when you leave, right? So, I ain't want no more problems out them people, so I did not. But Vanessa was my girl. Vanessa was my girl. There was another girl that I was in there with, Khadijah. I like Khadijah. Her father was a diplomat child. She'd been in there robbing banks. I met all kind of women, heard all kind of stories, right? But, you know, I believed it because he looked like her. Not knowing what Janice looked like, because this was in the 90s. I was out in the streets. I didn't pay no attention to what Diddy mama looked like, right? So, you know, it's not the same woman. And, you know, I was confused years down the road. I was confused because I was like, that's not the lady that I saw. That's not the lady that I was locked up with. That is not her. You know? And the other day, in either my comments or somebody's comments, the person said that that's not his mama. You know, I've seen that in comments. That's not his mama, right? They say, I think I did see that. Jaguar Wright says that. You know, Jaguar, she knows some stuff, right? I don't know if she knows everything. I don't know if I believe everything that she says. But she did say that as well. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. I was locked up with Diddy's mama. The one they say is his real mama. Again, though, Janice does act like someone, you know, the way she treated him, that was overcompensating for something. Right? Because maybe his parents, one daddy did, other daddy, the mama locked up. Who knows where the mama was, right, at that time. Like I said, this was 96 for me. The top of 96. So, that's my story. I don't know. Again, this is a legend. So don't come for me like you lying. I'm telling you what I saw with my eyes and what the people told me. I never went to the visiting room. I never went to the visiting room. Let's make that clear. I never went there. The visiting day was always very emotional. Visiting day was very emotional because it's full of women. Their kids, their man, and everybody be in a tizzy. Everybody be crying. Everybody got to go lay down. You know, there's always a story to tell when people leave the visiting area, right? And that was the story that was told to me. So that's it. That's that. That's my story. I was locked up in Alderson, West Virginia, in a federal camp in 1996 with Diddy Mama. Now that's it. That's all.